When we evaluate a source for an annotated work cited, like the one we're doing for our street art project, the first criteria, and we're going to number these, is authority. We want to find out who is the source of the source, who created it, and why should we trust or not trust their knowledge of the topic. What are the strengths and limitations of the creator of this source? Just because someone isn't a recognized academic expert doesn't mean we can't call something valuable or useful from them. It just means they're not the highest level of sources. And that's why we're looking for a work cited with a range of different sources to show that we can find and evaluate the strengths and weaknesses of different kinds of sources and use them appropriately in our thinking and writing. So you're going to have to do your homework on this one. You're going to have to look up something about the person or organization behind the source. And frankly, the web is a fantastic way to do that. You can enter the name of an organization. You can enter the name of an author at the bottom of a database article. Who wrote it? Look that person up. Find out who they are, and tell us about them. So let's take a look at a couple examples from the Chicano Park mural write-up that I did. So here we can see the authority for a TV show. And this is interesting, right? Because a reporter is not an expert, but a reporter does have some authority. An editor has reviewed her work, and they have to maintain public credibility. So they're pretty careful about their sources. So while not the highest level of academic and professional authority, a television show can be a pretty valid source, especially for a project like the one that we're doing. And so again, it's a matter of doing your homework, finding out about it, and explore it. On this one, the one thing I wish is that I had done a little bit more about this particular reporter. And so if I were going to do this again, I would actually find out about her and the kind of things that she writes about. Let's take a look at another one. If we look at the authority for the Chicano Park Historical Documentation Project, this is interesting because this is an older source put together by a team of professors and students doing research. I only found that out by exploring the site and finding out about them. And so while the authority isn't the highest level, there's still some real credibility based on the detailed fieldwork that they did together. Let's look at another example of an authority analysis. This one's kind of fun because this is actually, the authority here is a community organization. So this isn't your classic academic or professional source at all. And yet I think there's still some cool things here to talk about and some reasons to accept that source as useful. So we can see a range of different sources have been used for this write-up, and that's really what I'm looking for. Not necessarily that all your sources be the highest level, but that you find a range of different sources and show me you understand the difference. And then of course there's the classic highest level source. There's an academic book by Gisela Latorre, and that is a very high level and credible source. Let's take a look at one more. I think there's a database source. Yeah, this is a database article source. This is something I found in a database like the ones I've been showing you. And in this case, I had to look this author up on the web. Same with De La Torre. I looked them up on the web, found out where they taught, the kind of things they wrote. It's easy to find out about these writers on the web, and I incorporated that into my analysis of their authority. So there you have it, a basic overview of what we're supposed to be looking for when we write about authority, and then some samples of write-ups about authority, the kind of authority a source has using different sources. So that's number one, authority.